One of the great college football atmospheres in our country, the Horseshoe here in Columbus, Ohio. The Buckeyes, some of the best traditional uniforms in college football. There's a bunch of them in the Big Ten. I can't say the other two while I'm here in Columbus as we celebrate 50 states in 50 days here in the state of Ohio. Behind me is a statue of Woody Hayes, the great Woody Hayes at the Woody Hayes Athletic Complex. He's won 3 national championships, or won 3 national championships when he was the head coach here at Ohio State. And that's the measure of which they take their head coaches. Urban Meyer won a national championship. That's what people wait for. They were waiting for Ryan Day to break through. He did last year in the first ever 12-team college football playoff. 4 straight wins to get the national championship. I sat down with Day earlier today after their first practice. Coach, great seeing you. Day 1 training camp in the books. What was your message to the team as you guys start on another season?
When you have that first practice, you want to set the tone for the season. Mm-hmm. And, for the first day, you want to start getting your routine going. Your pre-practice routine, your post-practice routine. And then we got to learn how to practice against each other and get each other better and have urgency, and that every single minute matters because it's such a long season. We have to learn to practice against each other, but get each other better.
New challenge for you. You're coming into a season coming off a national championship. You can go into other seasons and say, guys, people don't think we can do it. We're not capable of this, that, and the other. Now you're the hunted. How has your approach maybe changed now that you are the national champions?
I mean, I feel like we're always the hunted at Ohio State. That's how it goes. I'm sure the bullseye is even bigger, but every year is a different year. And just like, the year before doesn't matter. What's going to happen down the road doesn't matter. Like, just focusing on right now is what does. We did go through the calendar. And I think it's good the day before the season to kind of take a step back and realize, okay, we start off with this monster game, and then we have a few non-conference games. Then we have this run of 4 teams. Then we have a bye week. We have Penn State, and then it goes all the way to the end of the season.
Right.
And then you have postseason. So to kind of go through that with the guys, I think is important. Gives them some perspective, but ultimately that has nothing to do with being, right here, right now, and maximizing each day.
And these are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. They're on social media. Everything's right at their fingertips. That coaching staff-wise, to convince them, guys, I get it. We were the best last year, but New Year's here.
Yep.
How much of that is a challenge for you, Coach, to really stick that into them?
Well, it's a new group of guys. Yeah. So I think when they hear about last year, they almost, get more motivated because that's not them. We didn't do it. Mm-hmm. This group hasn't done anything. And I've told the story before. The week after we got everybody together after the national championship, this group came together and said, can we take down some of the national championship stuff, because that wasn't us. We haven't done anything here.
Yeah.
And so this group's on a different journey. And there's guys who haven't played as much football as maybe the group last year, but that's just a new group. A lot of talent. Just need to get on the field and practice more.
Each team has a different characteristic, and it's probably too early even through winter conditioning. Have you picked up maybe early on a characteristic that this team might have going into the season?
I've been impressed with the leadership on the top end. Mm-hmm. Guys have really stepped out of maybe their comfort zone and started challenging guys. Mm-hmm. They've had a good voice. We talked a long time with the team about growing up. And when you say grow up, growing up means physically we got to grow up.
Yeah.
But mentally we got to get it grow up, and then emotionally, spiritually, just maturity wise, this team has to grow up. That was a big challenge for us. I think we've taken strides, but it's going to be important. I also think that we've come together more as a team, and that was another challenge in the offseason. Come together as a team. Right. I think you can check that box. We've done that.
And ideally, you would want your quarterback to be one of those guys that lead the group. We saw Will Howard come in last year, play phenomenally throughout the playoff, really throughout the season to get you to the national championship. Quarterback at Ohio State, it's one of the best positions in sports. Where do you stand on that now after day 1?
I mean, the same way I was yesterday. There's a lot of work to be done. We know once we start getting the pads on. So you get pads on, you don't know where you stand. When you're practicing without pads, you have to learn how to do that. You have to get things done, but you learn once you get the pads on. Listen, at the quarterback position, you have to learn to command the offense. Mm-hmm. When you stand in that huddle and look those 10 guys in the eye, they got to believe in what you're doing. You got to know what you're doing, and then you got to go execute on the field.
One of the more important quarterbacks not here at Ohio State right now is RJ. I understand he's about to be a junior.
Yep.
You're a quarterback dad now. How's that been going for you, watching your son grow into someone who's getting looked at, recruited by other schools?
I think the thing that's been great for me is that he's found his passion. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know that would be the case. Certainly had, had a lot to do with the fact that, this is what I do.
Right.
But never, said that, you got to play this position or even suggested it to him. He wanted to do it. And he loves it. He's completely obsessed. And so that's fun to watch anybody chase their passion. Now, by chance, I'm the head coach at Ohio State and have a background on coaching quarterbacks. Of all the things, it's been great to the fact that, if I sold insurance or if I was doing some other job, I wouldn't have the experience of him being in the Woody, going on road trips, watching him play, and just having that connection with your son. And so we've been able to spend a lot of those moments together, which has been special.
Dad and coach, how are you balancing those two with him?
He loves to get coached hard. And I think when you grow up and you see a coach guys really, really hard, you know that you do that because you love him. You want him to get better, and so he wants to get coached at a high level. He wants to get pushed every day. And he understands that if someone's pushing, it's because they love you. And so you still have to balance off being a dad and actually being a coach.
Right.
But he loves that part of it.
We look forward to the season. You guys are one of the great programs to watch in college football. That Jeremiah kid, he's pretty good.
He's going to be all right.
All right, Coach, appreciate your
you
time.
got it. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Christine, go back to a year ago, and for whatever reason, some boneheads had Ryan Day on a hot seat list.
Oh, yeah.
But you go now. I was talking to him off camera, and we were talking about. He seems so relaxed this season, and that's what winning a national championship does. Confident in this program that they can win multiple. It was great to catch up with Ryan Day today. Coming up, Jeremiah Smith. I'm going to tell you, Christine. This kid looks like an NFL player today, and he's only 19 years old.
Wow, well, maybe he can help them beat Michigan this season. That'd be exciting, too.
All right, you cannot be in the great state of Ohio in SportsCenter 1550 and talk about some of the greatest athletes ever without talking about this man, the great Jack Nicklaus, born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, from the Upper Arlington neighborhood just minutes from here. And on campus at Ohio State is the Jack Nicklaus Museum. 18 major championships, a record likely never to be broken. As you walk through the museum, you go to the Masters room, an iconic performance at the Masters 6 different times. He won 6 green jackets. This is the only place where you can see 6 Masters tournament trophies in the Masters room. And I mentioned 18 major championships. You go from the Masters to the PGA Championship. All 5 of his Wanamaker trophies are here on display. In fact, Jack, along with Tiger Woods, is one of 2 players to win the career Grand Slam 3 times. If you're ever in Ohio, make the Jack Nicklaus Museum a must-stop on YouTube. And as we continue to celebrate notable athletes from Ohio, after 4 seasons and 2 NBA titles in Miami, Akron native LeBron James returned to the Northeast and led the Cavs via free agency in 2014 to 4 NBA finals, including the team's first NBA championship back in 2016. After 11 seasons with the Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr., who attended Cincinnati's Moeller High School, returned to the Queen City when he was traded to the Reds in 2000. Jr. was with the Reds from 2000 to 2008, hit both his 500th and 600th career home runs in a Cincinnati uniform. And after stops at Utah and Florida, Toledo-born Urban Meyer began his coaching career at Bowling Green, became the Ohio State head coach in November of 2011. Meyer won over 90% of his games in Columbus, including guiding the Buckeyes to the first ever college football playoff national championship game. You've got Pete Rose, he's from Ohio. You've got Jesse Owens, one of the greatest Olympians of all time. He's from Ohio. Archie Griffin, the only 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. Tom Ingle, SportsCenter producer, set a record for high school pitching, 6 consecutive games without giving up a hit. That's a record. Look it up. Still ahead on SportsCenter. One of the great Buckeyes already, only a sophomore, Jeremiah Smith. And when I tell you this university has produced wide receivers, small example right here, Terry McLaurin and Garrett Wilson, that just a clip of some of the all-time great receivers, not only here at Ohio State, but in the NFL. I did mention it in the tease, but Ohio Stadium, the horseshoe, when they dot the I on a college football Saturday, you know you're getting close to kickoff. Here's one of my favorite things about college football. You see, those are the national championship banners in the indoor facility. Ohio State claims 9 national championships. So if that's what they claim, that's what we'll give Ohio State. National championship, including last year's, making it their 9th. Now, there's no claim here because it's the absolute truth when you hear this, that Ohio State's among the all-time greats in producing receivers to the NFL. Just behind me on this wall alone, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Smith and Jigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Egbuka. These are just recent examples for the past couple of years of how loaded they've been at wide receiver. And oh, by the way, the kid that could be better than all of them, only a sophomore, Jeremiah Smith. Okay, Jeremiah, day one of training camp in the books as we embark on a new season. How did it go out there today?
It went good. We still got a long way to go. First day went well, but, still got a long camp ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm curious for you. You're a true sophomore now. You were a true freshman a year ago.
Yes, sir.
How different is right now, today for you as a sophomore, than it was a year ago as a true freshman?
Like coming in last year, I was a freshman, didn't know what to expect, but coming into year two, I feel very good about everything, knowing what's going on, and just trying to limit my mistakes from last year.
Instant success for you as a true freshman. You win the national championship. How long did you allow yourself to celebrate last year's work before you got into this season's work?
I think we took like a week off and we was right back into winter workout, so it wasn't nothing crazy. Just like a week off, then we right back into it.
How has your life changed?
I can say it changed a lot. I should say. Really can't go nowhere on campus. Everybody know who I am, stuff like that. So I can say that's probably the biggest thing.
So like when you show up at Target,
I can't even go on Target.
You can't even go to Target?
No, not when it's doing school. No.
Really?
School.
So do you throw on a hat? You throw on a hoodie? What do you do?
No, I just had to, have everything delivered to my house. Can't even. Yeah, it's crazy.
You're a big guy in big home deliveries. You look like a linebacker. How much weight did you put on this offseason?
This offseason, probably like 5 to 8 pounds, I should say. Yeah, that's probably about it. Yeah, putting a lot of muscle.
How did that change your game?
I feel bigger, faster, stronger. I feel more powerful out there this year, so hopefully it translates over to the season.
What was one of the more memorable spots of last year's run that you guys went on for you?
I say the national championship game, the last 3rd and 11, the last play on offense, I should say, probably my favorite.
Did you know that something special was happening after the Tennessee game and the confidence that you guys had?
Yeah, we definitely did. I felt it. We played with that chip on our shoulder throughout the whole playoffs. Everybody was doubting us and stuff like that, so we just went out and played with a chip on our shoulder, and it showed throughout the whole playoffs.
One of the big questions about the Buckeyes coming into the season, the quarterbacks. Worked with them in the offseason. Day one of camp, you're not going to learn much. What's your stance on the quarterbacks coming into the season?
Both of them guys, they just had a great offseason. They had a great first day of camp, and they just can't wait to see how things play out throughout the whole rest of camp. And whoever named the starter, go put on the show.
But mission one is get you the ball, like just about every play.
Both of them give me the ball, but yeah, basically.
I understand that during the offseason you held a couple of camps.
Yeah.
What kind of camps and why are those important to you?
I know how to camp here. Just give back to kids. That's something I'm really big on where I'm from. My dad big on that as well. So I try to do something for kids always. I'm gonna have one next year after the season. Back in Miami Gardens. So I'm just very big on giving back to the kids because just put a smile on their face and everything like that.
Before we sat down, there's this wall of Ohio State Buckeyes that are in the NFL. I mean, you could fill an entire building with those, but notably the receivers.
Yeah.
That have come through this university are absolutely insane that there are that many that play at that high of a level. When your name after one season is now on that list, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Them guys, they paved the way for me and the guys that's in this room as well. So we just got to keep it going. Yeah.
Who do you model yourself? You kind of laughed and said, which one of those guys do you like? Which one is it?
I like all of them. I can't say a specific one. All them guys great. I can't say a specific one because they probably going to be on my head if I say it's just one of them. So, yeah.
You're kind of a creative player. You're kind of a little bit of all of them into this one receiver. Speaking of creative player, NC2A. I know you play that a lot. How was your rating on that? Is it accurate? Did they do you right?
Yeah, they did me right. 98 overall. Can't complain enough about it.
98? What are the two they didn't give you?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, we'll get with the EA folks. I don't know if there's not much not to make you 100. Finally, Jeremiah, first day of camp, long season ahead. What are your goals going into this season?
My goals? I haven't really set them yet. I don't know. I just, want to just have a better season than I had last year. That's really what I'm really thinking about. I can't really think on stats and stuff like that. I just want to go out there and just have a better year than I had last year.
What about one of these Heisman trophies? One of those?
If it comes, it comes.
Yeah.
I can't really, that's out my hands. So.
Well, best of luck to you. It was so much fun to watch. He's 19 years old. It was so much fun to watch you last year as a true freshman, winning the national championship. I'll get with the folks from EA and make sure you're 100 by the end of this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Best of luck to you. Jeremiah Smith, I tell you what a talent he is. And we are here with the Heisman Trophy. He comes into the season among the favorites in the country, trying to become Ohio State's 8th Heisman Trophy winner. And Christine, I love that we're here in Columbus today, just 30 days out from Ohio State, Texas. Well, why is that? Because College Game Day will start the season here in Columbus. It'll also mark the end of Lee Corso's Hall of Fame career. For my money, he is the voice and the personality that we all woke up with on college football Saturdays. So 30 days from today, we say goodbye to Lee Corso and celebrate one of the all-time greats. I cannot wait for that scene, and I'm going to need Kleenex because you know as well as anybody, it's going to be an emotional moment as we say goodbye to the coach.
I was just about to say that. Nobody there is going to have a dry eye. We're all going to be crying, and I can't wait to be there. I'll be there for Texas, Ohio State.